Have you ever wished Skyrim was a little fancier?
A little more swanky, a little more classy. Well, good news. I have been summoned from the ether to make this dream a reality, to cultivate the finest of Whiterun citizens. The challenge? Get every citizen of Whiterun to wear the peak aesthetic of accoutrement, the most delectable of dress wear, the fine clothes. Everyone in fine clothes. Except the children, because I don't care about you. So, the plan is to reach level 100 pickpocket so that we can get the perfect touch skill, take everyone's clothes, reverse pickpocket, aka gift them a set of fine clothes, and boom. So fancy. So suave. Now, this challenge is going to be done by staying in Whiterun itself. Locked inside, if you will. Why? Because if I'm going to help the citizenry of Whiterun, I must live amongst its people. Or whatever. In addition, I will not be stealing from people to reach level 100 pickpocket. Okay? This is about building the city up, not tearing it down. Part 1. The first day. So, the first thing we have to do is run our happy little fur butts over to Whiterun so we can begin the great work. In my case, I forgot I had the alternate start hunter mod enabled, so I spawned at Hunter's Rest. And after almost dying right out of the gate to some Spriggans, we were on our way. Not a huge inconvenience, all things considered. I opted not to pick up any of the ingredients as I was running by, just so things could actually start in Whiterun proper. But I did go ahead and slap the thief stone as I ran past. Considering we were going to upgrade our pickpocket ability exclusively by gifting things, which is a much worse XP ratio, I was gonna take the extra help. Upon persuading my way through the great gates, we have arrived in the city proper. And I get straight to work bringing everyone's garden beds up to code. Just making everything, neat and uniform. You know, deadheading all these silly flowers and lavender and tundra cotton and nightshade, and proceeding to stuff my face, bum off Arcadia's potion table, and earn our first bit of money. I'll be honest, I thought potion making was going to be our main source of income throughout this little challenge, but I ran out of resources really, really fast. I did get an early boost from the salmon Nordic barnacles up in the pond by Dragon's Reach, but I don't know. I guess I just got unlucky with her stock spawns. Instead, I had to resort to more honest means of labor. Oh yes. That's right. I'm going to carry this city on the back of these gigantic woodcutter arms.
Giant redwood, larch, the fir, the mighty Scotch pine. What about my bloody parrot? The smell of fresh-cut timber, the crash of mighty trees. With my best girl by my side, we'd sing, sing, sing. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Alright, moving on. Part 2. The routine. Now, as I said, we were going to be going about this the most honest way possible. So I thought I'd start simple. Food. Who doesn't love opening their inventory to discover a new pie? Or a bottle of ale, or a cabbage. So, with my inventory filled with goodies, I set off on my way to spread the wealth and quickly realized that sneaking the wood elf shopkeeper a pie or an apple is a lot harder than it sounds. And, you know, this is something that never seemed to get easier. There were a lot of fails. And even when it does work, it's so little XP. I did experiment with different reverse pickpocketing things, and it does seem like the more valuable the item, the better XP. Maybe. Clearly, I didn't research this before. So I started utilizing Le Forge to outfit these fine citizens with new gifts of weaponry, which most were more than happy to equip. But by far the person who took the greatest offense to my gifts was Arcadia, who was kind enough to inform me of her displeasure in the form of 3 thugs. And since I hadn't been expecting to be in combat during this challenge, I had to resort to, cheeky means of extermination. I actually had to do this fight twice because my PlayStation crashed, which was most excellent. On the plus side, the thugs left me some decent gifts to spread around, and I made sure to bring her note and a set of armor back to Arcadia. You know, to compensate her for her loss hiring the thugs. Anyways, my next big breakthrough was discovering that I was moderately more successful convincing citizens to accept my gifts while they were sleeping. Like Santa Claus. And thus we settled into our cozy routine. In the day, make gifts, buy gifts, chop wood to supplement funds to get gifts, and in the night, gift, gift, gift. And this worked well for the first few days, but then we started to run into a little issue. Bellathor, my man, my friend, my fine citizen, never seems to have fine clothes for me. Or very rarely. This ended up being such an issue I almost considered breaking my stay in Whiterun rule just to travel up to Solitude and buy fine clothes from the capital. But I ended up coming across an interesting workaround. It seems people might be aware that I'm the one giving them gifts, because some of them, like Hulda, whom I've given quite a lot of nighttime gold to at this point, will sometimes give me gifts, and seems completely fine with me accessing her chests and such. That was an unexpected boon, and it's not technically stealing because it's not in the red, and technically this is just their fine clothes that I'm going to force them to wear, so yeah. I also started to think that I may need to start sneaking into more people's houses to offer them gifts, or I'll have to start pickpocketing them around witnesses, so I should probably level up sneak a bit. New night routine. Gift, gift, sneak around the top floor of the inn while everyone's sleeping. Money gifts. I think pickpocket gives preference to coins. But again, I didn't look it up, and I just got tired of making stuff, so the day routine became more about generating that coin to buy fine clothes and give to people at night. Part 3. The problem. So this routine continued until I could comfortably sneak at normal pace without waking anyone, and we could just gift to our heart's content. And finally... Now we came to the real crux of it. You see, apparently, even though I can remove their clothing, respectfully, of course, and give them their appropriate city-mandated uniform, I can't seem to make him put it on. And I tried this on a couple different characters. Priest, bard, shopkeeper. No, no, and no. I even tried waiting a few days to see if they needed time to realize it was in the inventory, or maybe it would adjust when they woke up, but no. From what I was able to find online, only certain NPCs will actually wear fine clothes. I guess Arcadia doesn't feel she's good enough or something. But I did find, deep in the forums, mention of a mod for PS4. Bless you, 5-year-old comment. I wasn't sure if this mod would still function with PS5 or if it even exists. For those of you who don't know, the mods we console Skyrimers actually get access to is pretty slim, considering. But this one does indeed still exist, so we can still proceed with our plan. Woo. Although it turns out that this mod works by basically asking the people to change their clothes, so everything else we did was all for nothing. But hey, it's about the journey. So, as we race through the streets convincing every possible person, not him, he's not a citizen, to change their clothes, we can start to see the vision. The guards, classy. The market, snazzy. The establishments, flashy. And as you stroll through the districts, there is no longer this separation, this superiority. The wizard, the blacksmith, the merchants, the companions, all dressed in their finest.
Do you get to the cloud Huh? Okay, you've talked me into it.
Almost everyone. And that, my friends, is how to waste 2 days nobly reverse pickpocketing Whiterun to peak fanciness. But was it worth it?
No.